Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Mike Tomlin says Diontae Johnson needs to answer for actions versus Bengals. Pittsburgh Steelers receiver Diontae Johnson garnered plenty of attention following the team's 16-10 win over the Cincinnati Bengals on Sunday, but for all the wrong reasons. On a 3rd and 2 inside the red zone late in the first quarter, Steelers running back Jaylen Warren fumbled the ball just short of the first down marker. Johnson didn't move off the line of scrimmage or attempt to block his defender, cornerback DJ Turner, who subsequently picked up the loose ball and returned it 20 yards close to midfield. Johnson turned his back on the play and watched Turner sprint away without making an effort to chase him down despite being one of the closest Steelers to him. Johnson's nonchalance during the play certainly didn't sit right with Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin, who said the 27-year-old wideout needs to take accountability for his actions. "It's something that he needs to answer for, and so I'll give him an opportunity to do that," Tomlin told reporters on Tuesday. "His teammates will give him an opportunity to do that, and I won't provide any color until he does." Johnson's lack of effort on the play is one thing, but he didn't do himself any favors after the game when he told reporters, including Mike DeFabua of The Athletic, that he didn't attempt to recover Warren's fumble because he didn't see it, stating he was busy blocking or whatever it is, despite there being video evidence to the contrary. "Diontae can't let the emotions of the previous down affect his next down, but I'll give him an opportunity to address that with the media," Tomlin said. "I'll give him an opportunity to address that with his teammates. I think plays like that are best described and outlined by those involved and less so by guys like me. I keep my attention on challenging things that await us this week." Thankfully, the missed call by Pittsburgh Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin didn't cost his team on Sunday, but it certainly could have. Early in Sunday's 16-10 win over the Cincinnati Bengals, a touchdown by wide receiver Diontae Johnson was called an incomplete pass but was definitely a touchdown. Tomlin didn't challenge the play, and he talked about why he didn't after the game. "They were definitive and I lost vision of it," Tomlin said. "There were people between me and him. I couldn't count steps. They never gave us another look at it in the stadium and we didn't get a quick enough look at it up top. Sometimes it happens when you're on the road. Some games being on the road, some games being at home, all those things even out in the big scheme of things." At first glance, it did feel like a survive-the-ground situation, but upon review, you could see that third step pretty clearly. It's unfortunate the officials missed this, and Tomlin should be very happy his failure to act didn't come back to haunt this team. Steelers news: Kenny Pickett dealing with ankle injury, but there's a catch. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Kenny Pickett is currently dealing with an ankle injury. Pickett may be slightly limited in practice this week, but he's expected to play against the Arizona Cardinals, per Josh Alper at Pro Football Talk. Head coach Mike Tomlin broke the news to the media on Tuesday, mentioning that it's just discomfort, so there shouldn't be any worry. Pickett's been known to fight through injuries in the past, really embracing that blue-collar mantra that's embedded in the city of Pittsburgh. Tomlin's offense is slowly coming together, especially with the firing of offensive coordinator Matt Canada. They had their best game of the season in Week 12, outgaining their first opponent of the year. Pickett was clearly a vital part of this success, spreading the ball down the field to open up opportunities. The keys are now in Kenny Pickett's hands now that Canada won't be there to take the blame. Letting him go mid-season left some pressure on Pickett to perform and potentially prove that he's Pittsburgh's quarterback of the future. The 2024 NFL Draft is one of the deepest quarterback classes in recent memory. It's Pickett's time to propel this team to the postseason. As Tomlin stated, he's projected to play this weekend, and it's up to him to perform as the team's offensive leader. There's never too much worry about the Steelers' defense, but consistency needs to show on the offensive end. Pickett's matchup against the Cardinals gives him a chance to show that the game against the Bengals wasn't just a fluke. Clemson LB Jeremiah Trotter Jr. declares for 2024 draft could be on Pittsburgh's radar. It's November. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in the thick of a playoff race likely to go down to the wire. The focus shouldn't be on the 2024 NFL Draft. But for just a second, there's a relevant piece of news to pass along. One we might be talking a lot more about come April. Tuesday, Clemson LB Jeremiah Trotter Jr. officially declared for the 2024 NFL Draft, making the announcement on social media. After long thought and prayer, I am officially announcing that I am taking the next step in a lifelong dream and declaring for the 2024 NFL Draft, the caption concluded. Trotter also thanked his family, coaches, teammates, and Tigers fans for their support. He's expected to be one of the top inside linebacker in this upcoming draft, a potential position of need for the Steelers. With Cole Holcomb and Quan Alexander going down with season-ending injuries, Pittsburgh's seen its inside linebacker room shuffled and stressed. Veteran Elandon Roberts has admirably filled an every-down role, and Holcomb should fully recover for the start of next season. Still, with Alexander on a one-year deal and suffering his second Achilles tear, his time in Pittsburgh could be over. And while Roberts is having a really solid season, he's unlikely to be a long-term solution, signed only through 2024 and turning 30 in April. It makes Trotter a logical suggestion. He also has what the Steelers love most in an early-round pick: football bloodlines. His father was Jeremiah Trotter Sr., a stud linebacker for more than a decade, spending most of that time with the Philadelphia Eagles. Someone Mike Tomlin was certainly familiar with, coaching in the NFC with Tampa Bay and Minnesota in the early to mid-2000s. Trotter Sr. made 4 Pro Bowls and 1 All-Pro team before retiring following the 2009 season. Several recent high Steelers selections have had siblings or dads who played in the league. Cam Hayward, Terrell Edmonds, Devin Bush, T.J. Watt, and Joey Porter Jr. were all first- or second-round selections who fit that bill. Trotter does the same. And he's not getting all this buzz just because of his last name. An excellent player for the Tigers, Trotter is coming off 2 statistically gaudy seasons. In 2022 and 2023, he combined to put up 177 tackles, 28.5 TFL, 12 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 3 forced fumbles. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is a well-rounded linebacker prospect who can run, hit, and cover at a high level. He is on the shorter side of things and lacks ideal length and size, which could present issues at the next level in terms of fighting through blockers. However, Trotter has shown that he can work around and through blocks as he pursues the football, having the strength to stack and shed near the los as well as the speed and change of direction to evade blockers and adjust to runners in space. Given his ability to drop into coverage and rush the passer, Trotter could remain the class's top ILB prospect by the time the 2024 NFL Draft rolls around. Of course, the Steelers have plenty of other needs: cornerback, center, potentially offensive tackle, and whatever else comes up along the way. None of this suggests Trotter should be the team's only or first choice. But for the die-hard draftniks, or those who just want to have a name handy in case it comes around the office water cooler, Trotter is a good conversation starter. And you fan, what do you think of the Clemson LB Jeremiah Trotter Jr. situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.